Hey everyone, Coach Jess here from fillyourbooks.com, and I am here with my amazing student Riley, who's going to share with us a little bit about her story since we are finished with our 90 days together. So, Riley, I want you to kick us off. Tell us a little bit about where you're from, what part of the industry you're in, and why you came into wanting to do what you do.
Hi, I'm Riley. I'm in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I'm a hairstylist. I moved here in August, started at my new salon in September. I've been in the industry for 6 years now, and starting over after building a full clientele for 5 years, in a city where I didn't know anyone was terrifying. And Fill Your Books found me, and thankfully I was able to join and make it work. Um, it was scary at first, but it was and has been and will continue to be really life-changing for me.
Oh. So you, if I remember, you had just moved to a new city, right? How
Yeah,
long were you in your salon before you came to Fill Your Books, your new salon?
I think about 4 months,
4 months in the new salon. And you were making at that time around, what would you say?
maybe around 2000 or so a month total.
And
Take home um like my paychecks. That was my take home was around 2000.
because you're commission, you're 50
Yes.
commission, right? And so with that, what were some of the things that you were struggling with? What was some of the things that you were hoping when you found Fill Your Books that you'd be able to kind of work through?
I wanted to be able to reach people in a city where I didn't have any reach. Um, if I posted a photo, I was getting a lot of response from the city I moved from instead of being able to get into Chattanooga. And I needed Fill Your Books to help me with that and help me find my ideal clients. Um, and they really have.
You're so cute. So when you came into Fill Your Books, what were some of the emotions and thoughts that were going through your head?
So I was very anxious about getting started, about how much energy it would take, how much time it was going to take. And my previous boss always called me a carrot chaser. I always had a goal to meet, and I would work myself to death until I could meet it. Um, and so through this, I've had to remind myself that the whole point, the reason we moved was for me to slow down and breathe and enjoy doing hair again. So at first I got really into it, and then life hit and I just had to slow down and do Fill Your Books as I made it work for me. And that's the great thing is that you can make it work for you if you need to. If life hits and you've got to slow down and not focus so much on it one day, that's totally okay. But it was really scary to make that commitment to Jess and to Jenna and to the like online crew of other Fill Your Books folks. And then feel like I wasn't showing up sometimes, but then the community was really encouraging because other people would be like, is this happening to you too? Does this feel like a lot, or are you burning out here and there? And it's so encouraging to remember that we're all just people.
Yeah. No, I hope that you felt supported because as much as we also try and push, like life happens and we have to remember that like our business is not our only focus. Like we also have to focus on ourselves so that we can show up for our business and our families that we're working on our business for and all of the things. And so being able to know exactly what you need to do but doing the best that you can. And even if some days it's a 10 and you're like on top of the world and you're like, yeah, nailing it. And maybe some days like your 10 is more of like a 4 and like, but you know you did the best that you can. And I will say, Riley, like watching you through this, I know that like you were managing a lot of things and you were always trying to hit your 10 for the day whatever that meant for you. And some days it wasn't for your business, but the beautiful thing is that you still experience a lot of growth, right? And
Yes.
when we were looking at your tracker earlier today, we saw that you have gone from that 2000 or that 2100 that you're averaging over that 3 months that you're in your salon, and now we're averaging 42.
4,200.
Yes, which is amazing. And that's your take home. And that, I know, doesn't include some of your like cash tips and things, but that is by itself, it's a really amazing thing to capture, because of everything you just said. Is like, yes, did we want to come in and do this 100% full on? Were we able to do that? No. Did we still grow and double what we were doing in a short amount of time? In the same amount, like, it's an amazing thing to see.
Yes. And with so much support from y'all, I had to reschedule, I think, every single one of my Zoom calls. And one time I just totally no-showed, and um the the kindness that you met me with um was unlike support that I've had before, just reminding me that everybody has a life and everyone has things that go on, and it is totally okay. We can rearrange, we can pivot. um I wouldn't have been able to feel as supported and encouraged constantly without that. Every time I came into a Zoom meeting, I was like, oh, I've got to give her bad news. I didn't do my best this week. Um, I gave, if my 100% was 40% of my energy, I did give 100% of that, like you said. Um, but then I would leave my Zoom meetings with so much encouragement and feeling so much better, and like, yes, let's do this. Let's get back on the horse and keep going. And then I would watch my numbers get back up.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that. It means a lot to me. I'm glad that you felt supported, because there is a bigger picture at the end of the day, right? We're doing this for more than just this moment and these wins. We're doing it for
Right.
more than that. So did you have any personal takeaways, or did your perspective change with anything at all that you wanted to share with us going through this process?
I really thought that it was going to be um, at first, like, this is how everything is going to go. But throughout the process, learned that I can just tailor it to work for me and work for my lifestyle and my timelines. 90 days is a long time, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes it flies by really quickly. And so I thought that it was going to be very like cut and dry. This is how we do things. And it was so nice to learn and to realize that it doesn't have to be, they don't have to be boxes for me to fit into. And that's, I guess, my biggest takeaway is that I just relax
It's
and
easy to relax.
work the program and let it work for you, and don't pay too much attention to what has worked for somebody else and what didn't work for a different person, because everyone's journey is going to be completely different, and that is okay.
Yeah. There's a lot of nuances in our journeys, and that's why you have a coach, because that's to help you navigate the differences and meet you where you're at.
Right.
And this isn't just 90 days. Like, this is trying to push you to get to learn everything, and not just like hold the program and like keep putting it off, because life always happens and there's never going to be a perfect time to get started. It pushes you to get through it, and then you can take all of that and you can adapt it to whatever you need it to be for you throughout your journey, the rest of your career.
Right.
So,
Right. I found that running ads for me seems to work better when I have less time to commit to organic marketing. I know that I can run an ad, and I know how to do that, and I know where to tweak it when I need to reach the audiences that I want to. And sometimes when I do have a little more time, a little more energy, I can focus on my organic and get really great responses there. But I know that regardless, I've got responses coming in, even if I'm, a little all over the place.
Yeah, no, I love that. So if someone were to watch this and kind of relate to your story and be like, I'm now in a new salon and I just moved and I'm having the same experience with like reaching my past area and like, how do I reach a new area? Would you recommend that this is something that could help them if they were willing to kind of put in their 100%, whatever that means for them?
Absolutely. Whatever your 100% is, give it to Fill Your Books. Having this system and coaching and group of other people going through the same thing has been so encouraging. And if I need help, I can go search a keyword in the Facebook group and find exactly what I'm looking for, because everybody else rebuilding their business has been in the same boat at some point, or a similar boat.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, absolutely. I've doubled my income since starting, and I know without a doubt that wouldn't have happened without this program.
That's amazing. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And good luck to all. Like, I just wish you the most luck with all of your success going forward, because I know, like, and I said this to you earlier, but whatever you put your mind to, I know that you'll absolutely achieve it. And so with that, if you guys are watching still, and you're interested in joining Fill Your Books, we would love to meet you. We'd love to have you and see if you would make a good fit. So what you would do is you would go to fillyourbooks.com, you'd fill out an application, and you'd talk to probably Joseph, one of our success coaches, who will make sure that this would make sense for you. And if it doesn't, then at least you know. And if it does, and you have the opportunity to hopefully have the same type of growth that Riley was able to experience and be able to carry these tools with you for the rest of your career. So head on over, and hopefully I'll see you guys on the other side. Thanks again for sharing, Riley.